after midday and welcome to our channel. This is a channel for women who are living above the age of 35, where we talk about our lives, our aspirations, our dreams, our struggles, our inhibitions, the fears that we may have, and how we can be able to rise above all that and move to a higher ground, okay? How we can be able to live boldly, can be able to live authentically, and can be able to live significantly. So today we're going to have one such conversation about self-acceptance. The reason why this is important is because women struggle with self-acceptance from when they're little girls. They begin to notice that their skin complexion is different from the girl next door. They begin to look at their bodies and not like it. We struggle with accepting who we are. And those messages about that something is wrong with us become only more exacerbated and more louder as we grow older. Okay, when we realize our body shapes are quite different from somebody else's, and we say, if I had a body like hers, if I had her kind of family, if I had her this and this, then I'll be better. So today we are going to talk about the journey to self-acceptance. How do we launch ourselves back on that road where we can return back to ourselves, receive ourselves, and embrace ourselves? And obviously there is much more work that we need to be able to do, and much more deeper work to be able to accept ourselves. But this being as it is YouTube, we have to just look at the tips that we can take that are easy and practical, that we can begin to implement to begin to accept ourselves. And I've used the word begin, and I know I've told you this word begin again and again. Okay. So let me start by saying that we are made up of spirit, soul, and body. This means that we are spiritual beings that have a soul that live in a body. So the very first foundation of self-acceptance, I think, is to have a spiritual practice in your life. I keep talking about it all the time. I think that it's important for us to know that there is a higher being, that God is our creator, and that He created me as a perfect person in His eyes, okay? In His eyes, I am marvelous, okay? I'm amazing. And just knowing that in itself gives us a sense of groundedness. I love this scripture in Psalm 139, verse 14, that says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are marvelous, and that my soul knows very well. So the first thing is to be able to know that in God's eyes, we are perfect. His work is marvelous. So once you have been able to accept that you did not make yourself, that you did not create yourself, that there is nothing in you that you can be able to recreate, I know these days, people recreate things, they recreate noses and stuff, but most of those don't end up even working very well. But to know that everything that you have came from a higher being, and that is God, then you can begin the process of being able to receive this gift of yourself that God has given you. All right? Then the other thing that we need to be able to do is to accept our imperfections. It is to know that I am every day growing and evolving into the woman God has created me to be. Therefore, I don't come into situations as a perfect human being. I come into it knowing that I have certain imperfections. So when imperfections are pointed at me, I am not surprised, because that's not who I am. So therefore, I give myself permission to be able to know that I can make mistakes. I also become aware that I have certain weaknesses that I am working on, and I'm still not yet there. And so the thing I bring to myself and to other interactions with other people is forgiveness. I'm able to forgive myself when I make a mistake. When I put myself in a situation that I shouldn't have, then I'm able to forgive myself. And I'm also able to forgive somebody else and also seek forgiveness, because I realize that, I'm not perfect, and that's okay. There's someone who said your imperfections are perfect. Because if you're looking at your body and saying, I don't have the perfect nose, I don't have the perfect eyes, that's according to who? This could be because you are comparing your looks to somebody else's looks and thinking those looks are better than yours. But those are not your looks, those are their looks, okay? And so therefore we begin to accept that we don't come into any space as perfect human beings. Even if you're a parent who is raising a child or who's raising children, you're not a perfect parent. You will make mistakes, and learn to forgive yourself very quickly when you do realize that you have made a mistake. Even if you're married, you don't come into it as a perfect wife, okay? I don't even know if there's a mold for a perfect wife. But then you're able to say, I come as I am, I accept myself, I bring the gift of me. So self-acceptance is being able to receive the gift of you just as it is, and knowing that you're working towards making yourself better every day. I love this quote that says, every day, in every way, I'm becoming better and better. And that is true. Every day, in every way, I'm becoming better and better. The second step I wanted to talk to you about launching yourself into this journey is get curious. Growing the curiosity about you. Get curious about yourself. Why did I think like that? Why did I react like that? Today, I'll give you an example. I received some feedback today, and my reaction was, I thought, oh, no, wait. That is, my reaction was, no, that is not, that is negative, that's not okay. And when I went and sat with myself, I asked myself, I got curious. I said, why did I respond or react like that? What is it in me that causes me to react like that? Because this leads you to a space of self-discovery and also self-acceptance. So if it's coming from a place of, pain before or pain after, or it's coming from a space of boundaries you've set for yourself, then you're able to know yourself even better. Because self-curiosity leads to self-knowledge. And when you know yourself, you're likely to accept yourself more and also teach those people around you who you are and what matters to you. So get curious. Don't lose curiosity about yourself, okay? And this curiosity also thinks about how we think. Why did I think those kind of thoughts? Why did I behave like that? Why do I keep using that word? Why does that word matter so much to me? Get curious about yourself, because that also means you'll be able to take interest in yourself. Here's the thing, you need to learn how to celebrate yourself. If you want other people to celebrate you, begin to also celebrate yourself. Celebrate how far you have come. Celebrate the kind of mountains and hills you have conquered. I like the way mountain climbers, I have not yet climbed a mountain, but I hope one day I'm going to climb a mountain. But I love that they begin by going on hikes, conquering some hills, then they conquer a bigger hill, and they celebrate those milestones. So in the same way, you may not yet have climbed a mountain, the mountain top of your life, or that big dream that you want to accomplish, but learn to celebrate the small hills that you have conquered, okay? The small hikes that you have taken. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your milestones, celebrate the fact that you went out and tried something, the fact that you went outside of your comfort zone. Celebrate yourself so that you can also teach others to celebrate you. So learning to celebrate yourself is a very important part of self-acceptance. So that you're not always finding fault with you. You're not always saying, I should have known better, I could have known better, I should have done better. Well, it's okay for you to take that and say, what can I do better? But also learn to celebrate yourself. You have raised your children to where they are today. Celebrate yourself. You didn't do it perfectly, you did it imperfectly, but look at where they are now. Look at you. What have you survived in order to be here watching this video today? Ebu, tell me. Celebrate yourself. So with that, I want you to practice self-acceptance in a way that is bold, authentic, and significant, and go out and let your light shine.